Good morning. I woke up in the night and felt like I needed to do a karmic reading today. There seems to be a lot going on with people's karmics. I'm not going to take that. Although it's a Six of Cups, just for your information. I just wanted to show, every once in a while I like to show people my shuffle, right? I want people to know that the decks are not stacked or whatever. I don't know if anybody thinks that, but you know, I like to do this is called a gypsy shuffle, and I really like to do it this way because I've kind of put my energy into each of the cards. You know, regular shuffling is good, but it's not the full thoroughness of this. And for some reason, I decided to use a Wonderland Tarot. Now, karmics, primarily by karmics, I mean like by the term that, the other tarot card readers use, in that the relationship that you're in. Karmics, though, um, aren't that. But I'm going to title it just because that's what people have come to know, like, as your current spouse or your person's current spouse. Karmics are not necessarily bad. Um, they might be bad for you, but karmics are. I mean, we've probably been karmics, right? Karmics are people who get into a relationship and it's very hot and feels like soulmate to begin with. Um, and it turns out to be really just a horrible lesson instead, right? Um, but in terms of tarot reader lingo, we'll go with karmics today. So what's going on with our exes? With their exes? What's going on with the others? It's really interesting because as I said that, it brought to mind a movie called The Others with Nicole Kidman, and it's a really interesting movie, like with ghosts and stuff. And for some of you, I think that's maybe true, like that your others, that your spouses, that their spouses, that the karmics are, that the energy has changed and that they are, well, we'll see. What's going on with the karmics? See? Well, that's interesting. We have a high priestess. We have a three of hearts. Or three of swords. AKA flamingos. We have a knight of peppercorns. AKA wands. Yes, Courtney? That's okay. Anyway. Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We have a high priestess with a broken heart. With a knight of wands coming in. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this high priestess, like, that's why I mean, lots of people say, oh, you shouldn't be going to the books, it should be intuitive. And it is intuitive. But part of the intuitive process is picking your deck, which deck you're going to use for this reading. And because each deck has different little meanings and different things. And here it says, Alice sits on her stool that is her looking glass throne. She has the crown and the scepter of the White Queen. Her eyes are downcast from shyness, but also from exhaustion. Behind her is a sea of experience. On the entry are the letters B and J. No story can be told unless it passes through the High Priestess, for she has gathered the wisdom of the universe. Ooh. Knight of Peppermills is somebody coming in very quickly, very kind of passionately. And here it says a journey into the unknown with an important message to be delivered. Wow. So this karmic is holding a High Priestess energy, but so she knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. So to me, this is not like this evil karmic that we like to. I mean, you know what? If you feel like your soulmate, I mean, I'm just talking like, is this, say, masculine, but he's married. But you want to be with him, it's easier than to paint his wife, his life partner, as a bad person, right? Because then you don't worry about hurting her or him. And I'm coming at you, I'm coming to you with experience, because I had somebody that I felt was my twin, but he's married. My instinct is to say, well, she's a bitch, and he should leave her. And I mean, she is actually. But, right? Is that coming more from me wanting him to leave her so I can have him? That comes really from a place of selfishness. And finally, in me, I was like, you know what? He's not leaving her, and I don't want to be the cause of somebody else's heartbreak, especially his children. So, but that's just me. Let's see what that one wanted to come out. Oh. 4 of peppercorns. Or 4 of what is that? Clamshells. Which is pentacles. Okay. What's going on with this High Priestess energy? There's another knight. Okay, what is going on? That's 2 knights for her. And this isn't body parts, right? That this is... And an 8 of Cups. Ooh. And a Queen of Oysters. Got a nice story developing here. Pentacles. They're not pentacles, they're like clams. Oysters, that's what they are. So here it's like, in here it's like love of wealth, obsession with possessions. Okay, so this High Priestess has a love of money. Can I get some clarification on what this broken heart is, and we get 7 of Cups. Can we get some clarification on this broken heart? I'm just going to ask a yes or no. Is it the High Priestess that has the broken heart, Spirit? Or is it you, the querent, or their person? See, you can't do that. You gotta be careful how you ask these questions. Is it the High Priestess that has the broken heart? Yes. She feels like she's fighting a losing battle, though. And she feels like it is time to move on. So you might be thinking, well, she's just holding on, or he's just holding on. This, this karmic is holding on tight. They're not. Is the broken heart for a third party? No. Is her broken heart is the High Priestess's broken heart? That's the second time that came out. She thinks she can do just as well on her own. Yes, okay. Her broken heart is because this relationship that she thought was everything isn't panning out. It isn't working. She's feeling that she just as well be on her own. She has her own things. And by she, I mean the feminine, okay? But she has her own things going on that she could have pursued, that she set aside for this karmic relationship. So it takes two to tango lots of times, right? That even if the karmic has become embittered, it may be, right? It might be because you're the person that you think is all that, when you get to live with him or her, they are not perfect. See, this is her thought. She wants to run away from this relationship too. But at the same, she's got 2 cards for running away. So like she's worried about money and where it's going to come in from. Right? But she's thinking about running away and never coming back. But she needs money to live. And she has a certain level of prestige. And it's embarrassing when your marriage isn't working. And you don't want to be the villain. Nobody wants to be the one that breaks it up. But she yearns for that other shore. She has other choices. Now, King of Oysters, there's a match. Is this King of Oysters somebody new coming in for her? Yes. Again, it's the same. Holy fuck, just about. Yes. Also with an energy of moving on. So this is a karmic situation that her and your person, however that resonates, him and your person, however it resonates, were the perfect match in high school, right? He was the captain of the football team. She was the captain of the cheerleaders. Or like that kind of story, right? 16 candles kind of story, right? But, as they mature, they lose that connection. Not all things are meant to last, including marriages. They're not meant to last forever. And honestly, I feel like this expectation of them lasting forever is unrealistic. So we have a king of oysters who's also wanting to pedal over to another shore and not look back. And who's also, he is very independent. He has been through some battles. He is very mature and wise, and he's a survivor. What he has, he earned. So you guys are, like, she has her own natural match. Sorry, I have tomatoes in the window. She has her own natural match, okay? So that's interesting. That's interesting. It would be interesting to load this video twice and once call it a reading about the ex or reading about your the current partner, and one entitled karmic, and see the difference in views, because people are searching for karmic. But I could use some views, so I'm going to title it karmic. And I mean, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're, but I mean, that's not even clickbait, right? Because, I'd be really interested. I've done it. I've done it in my videos because I don't need clickbait. Like, I'm not earning money from these videos. It's just fun for me, right? But I find it really interesting as soon as you title something karmic, boom, you get so many views. If you called something your ex, if you said something like, in the title, like, you know what? Your person's ex is really nice. She just needs to move on. Nah, nobody's going to watch that, right? Put the exact same reading up, the exact same one up, and call it karmic, and you'll have, 300 views. So she's just waiting to see what's going to happen because she has a sense that her life partner, who is your person, because to her you're the other woman, or to him to her you're the other, you're the third party. She's listening, she's watching what's going on. She's sensing that there's something going on with her partner. Yeah. There's a devil energy there. What's going on with this? Moon and the devil. I mean, she's considering your person the devil, I think. The moon, the devil, and the world. Like, holy fuckaroni. Okay. Yes. Okay. 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 There. Okay. Another king. All right. Interesting. So, the moon, the devil, the world, the hermit, the lovers, King of Hats. Like, holy fuck. Like, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then High Priestess, 6 major arcana cards. A third of the cards are major arcana cards. You saw how I shuffled, and there's a Temperance on the bottom. But they told me not to take that one, so it doesn't count. You saw how I shuffled them. It's very interesting because I have a client. I'm an intuitive healer. I have a client that was here, and this almost looks like her story. There's a breakup looming in their future. Each person can say it's the other person's fault, right? But really, they've just grown apart. But she's waiting. See the baker? He's listening to the story of the oysters, or of the clams. We're telling him the secrets of the universe. There's the sun shining down on them. The baker, I am the walrus, cuckoo, ka-choo, ka-choo. Right? What's going on? What needs to be revealed? That's the essence of the moon card. What needs to be revealed? You have a battle. But maybe the battle is herself. I don't know if you are lovers of Alice in Wonderland, but I really love the Johnny Depp Alice in Wonderland movie. And I love how Alice, at the beginning, when she meets what's his name? Absalom? That caterpillar, like with the water pipe. And they ask him, is she the right Alice? And he looks at her and he takes a long puff from this water pipe and he blows out this billow of smoke. And he says, not hardly. And then, we go through the whole movie and we go to the end and she's met the White Queen and she's off to battle the Jabberwocky. And she comes upon Absalom. And he's cocooning, right? He's preparing to change. And of course he's exhausted and he's dissolving. And she's like, how can I do this? I'm not the right Alice. You told me I wasn't the right Alice. He said, when they asked me at that moment if you were the right Alice, you weren't hardly. Now you are, because of all the things that she'd been through. So once she's able to battle her own demons, she can take, have her world enter this hermit energy to recoup and regather. She has a lover waiting for her. And he is a King of Hats. Though she has a love of money, she's a high priestess. She's intuitive. She's more than this. It doesn't make her bad. It just makes her that she's not fitting anymore. And it doesn't make your person weak that she doesn't want him anymore. Just isn't a match anymore. She wants this guy now. She needs this guy. He is also intuitive, the King of Hats. She needs somebody who can match her. And she has grown out of your person. So this is, whoever is watching this is good news. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it your karmics, or your person's ex is moving on. Because I don't like to lie. I mean, this is not. I mean, I guess you could call it a karmic reading in tarot lingo, but this person isn't a karmic. I don't really like that term. There's very few people, very few relationships that are karmic. Karmics. She needs a good man, respected in business and in the community. Liberal, artistic, and spiritual. High priestess. Spiritual man. Religious. Kind. Adaptable. Adaptable. They can work together. Is there anything else to let us know about your person's about the High Priestess? Is there anything else we need to know? Where have you been? That was way too many cards to read. Yeah, somebody's going to bring some information. She's looking for some information. She's looking for some clues. She's going to find out something about you from a young person. She's not going to be unhappy. Because she doesn't want to be the one that breaks up the relationship. Right? My ears are ringing. Yeah, we'll do 3 and see if we're done. Whoops. 6 of Wands. So, because I'm just thinking, like, where is she at, right? Where is she at, like, right now? Where is she at right now? Yeah, good news with far-reaching. She's going to hear some news. And it's good news for her. With far-reaching ramifications. Hope. For her to have 10 of Cups. All right. Ba-dum-bum. Have a great weekend.